Speak Freely podcast on this channel, DKT Productions, with your host,
Haven Watson.
Christian Vano. You know, we out here speak the truth. And the way we're going to start this off is we're going to do 2 highs and 1 low that we had experienced this week. Haven, you know, you go first.
Want me to start off?
Yeah, no, tell him, you can discuss.
Hey, man. My first high would probably be, I got that. Oh, I'm about to get sent free clothes from this company. So, yeah, they hit me up, they emailed me.
Shout them out.
And I don't even know who these niggas are, bro. Because they have to send me the contract first.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Once I get the contract, you know, I send it back to them with my size
Signature,
and stuff, and all that. Yeah, I get the clothes.
Be ready for for some promotions, paid promotions.
Shoot, before I get my second high, I guess I'll put a low.
Okay.
Oh, a low? Bro, so before this whole corona thing started, fam, I had track practice. I hurt my hamstring, and recently I kind of like re-hurt it.
Okay. Oh, so I like the workouts we've been doing recently.
Yeah. So I've been like pushing through it.
Yeah.
But you know, it's already like feeling better. But that's like probably the low.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. Recently, like my ankle's been fucking up a little more, and like certain shit I've been doing has been kind of like fucking up a lot. Like shit's just been hurting. I don't know. I don't think it's just a workout. Maybe it's just because the long. Cause this week we had no breaks this week. Cause usually like before past weeks we had 2 or 3 days maybe in between. But we were straight
back to back.
Yeah, we just straight from this week. And
one more high. Shit, I mean, I guess it's hanging out with y'all guys. I mean, like, we really only been hanging out with, like, workouts and stuff.
It's been a minute since all 3 of us have been in a room. I guess I'll start with a high. So probably a high for me this week will be, it's probably really getting this channel going. You know, like we started getting on it. Another video coming soon after this. We're really starting to work on this and, you know, expand this into a good brand. And I guess I'll throw a low. A low for this week is probably. I mean, I guess it's like cause like nothing really low had happened.
Yeah.
But I guess a low would be. But we haven't played Warzone in like a week, my guy. We haven't played no video games in like a week.
I come with that freaking
update. I already downloaded it. I guess that's like my low. Nothing bad's really happened in my last high. You know what? This is gonna be a shout out. My last high is the shout out to our brilliant designer. My sister, she designs like all our logos, and she designing another background art, and I'm happy that she does that for us because it's really dope. She don't want to design the DKT logo. So I guess those are my highs and lows for the week. So I think it's time to get into these topics. So before we start getting into these topics, disclaimers, they're a little controversial. We're gonna get into a little controversial topics. You want to start it off with the first one?
With the herd mentality?
Yeah.
I'll let you start it off.
Alright, okay, I got it. So like herd mentality, bro, like it seems like everywhere you go, like people really like in schools, and then you got in schools, businesses, there's always those people who just roll with the pack. They just ride along. They find that one person to like attach themselves to, and they just kind of just follow them.
Like feed off of?
Yeah, like that's their person that they like. Let's just take school for example. Maybe a person who's not really that popular, but they're not non-popular. They're just there. They'll see someone who's really popular, be like, see what he's doing. It's like, okay, let me see if I can do that. It's just a following, because human beings tend to be very social. They're very social creatures, and we like to follow. Like we like to follow people. Even the leaders have people they once followed.
Do you think like, depending on like who you follow, that shit can really like shape you?
Yeah, I do. The way I see is, the way you were raised and circumstances around you shape your personality, but I don't believe it really affects the choices you're gonna make in your life. I still feel like even if you grew up in certain situations,
You can still turn out.
you can still choose from. You still know what a right and wrong is. So you can still choose from whichever way. But yeah, definitely who you follow could shape you and shape how you're gonna be. Yeah, for sure.
Man. So if you say if I grew up and I was being beat and like starved and stuff, do you think still possibility for me to like turn out good, like better than someone who grew up in like the suburbs?
Actually, I honestly believe people who grow up with more of that traumatic background tend to be, to me, more intelligent and more awake than people who've grown up with that like high class lifestyle.
They like view the world.
Yeah, because they just view the world. They view the world more open. Like they know what it really is. With people in that high class lifestyle, kind of view the world as more of their own, like a bubble. They're more trapped in their own world because they never really seen anything outside their high class school, neighborhood, movies, cars. Well, these people have seen the high class. They've seen obviously the low because they've been in it. So they're kind of just more open to the world. They know how the world really works. How like the world's gonna hit. Like life's gonna hit you. You just gotta fight back. Like so, I think that they're more to me like maybe not book smart, but more just open intelligence.
So do you think? And I'm probably asking like a lot of questions. Like, do you think when it's better to like shelter your kids?
No, I don't. At a certain it depends. At certain ages, because really, if you really think about it, how much of you actually like your parents really told you? A lot of the stuff you learn on your own. Okay, let's use the talk for example. I never had to talk. I never had it. I figured everything out on my own. I don't think you really need to tell you. I think you have to tell your kids that you've been sheltering your kids.
Right. I thought I would never have the talk, fam.
You did? You had it?
Bro, kind of. Because, dude, it actually happened this year. I know I'm going a little off topic.
Yeah, it's going to be like this sometimes.
I think it's the beginning of the last semester.
Yeah,
right?
okay, yeah.
I was about to go to this girl's house. It's called her Snow Bunny.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. Okay, I know who you're talking about.
So, I was about to go to her house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is like the first time I'm going to a girl's house like that my parents know of.
Yeah.
And they're like, I guess they freaking just were skeptical about it. So
my
dad called me downstairs. He's like, your mother wanted me to talk to you about the birds and the bees.
Okay.
Like, this nigga, bruh.
Bro, like,
come on.
You already figured everything. You already knew everything, bro. Like,
no, but it wasn't even awkward. It's more funny to me, bro, because I really didn't think I would ever have to, like, talk to me about that.
And it was weird because, like, I don't know if y'all, because me in elementary school in 5th grade, we actually watched a video. Like, they watched the video. So I thought, like, really, like, when I was younger, like, 3rd, 4th grade, I thought I was going to have to talk. But as the years progressed, I got into, like, middle school, I started figuring stuff out. And I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to have this. I'm already figuring this out for myself. And it's weird because you notice as you get older, it's more your dad, like, and more to me, it's more my dad. He'll start talking to you more and more as like an adult.
Yeah.
My mom still kind of treats me as her little kid, but my dad's like he start talking to me as more as an adult. The older I get, cause I think he's realizing like I understand, like I'm understanding things, and it's just so like sheltering your kids to me is you don't need to, cause you can't shelter your kids, because no matter what school, especially if you go to public school, they gonna figure things out.
Hell yeah.
And the internet, man, unless you Korea out here blocking everything, they gonna find out. The internet is big. But okay, that was kind of a little off track. But we just here to talk. Here to talk. So back to the herd mentality. Back to the grouping. Parents, we do with parents. How like if you live with, I have 5 siblings. I live with 3, and we like if you think about your sibling. I know you have 3. You have 3, so it's just you're all hurting towards your parents because like that's your support structure. Like that's what your life depends on is your parents provided for you, which is weird because I always thought of the fact that to me, I personally believe you give me a job, I can fend for myself. You give me a job, but the world isn't structured for a 15-year-old kid to.
We can't do shit.
To do anything. We can't really get a good enough job to really probably get like minimum wage for like 15 hours a week. But it's just the fact that everything's structured to where if you either gonna fail, be a follower, or maybe exceed to a leader. You got 3 choices: be comfortable where you at, fail, or excel. And majority of people get comfortable. Which majority of people are more comfortable than fail, because they're scared of failure. But to me, majority of the people who've excelled have failed. They've experienced that failure in life to get to where they need to go to excel.
They're taking risk and shit. Cause
Yeah.
they know, like, you can really only, to get better, you have to fail eventually. You're gonna have to fall to get back up. So I think the people that succeed, they know, I mean, you gotta do what it takes, man. I mean, you can't always just stay in your little box.
But I mean, there is those people who are up there in the high class that never experienced that failure because they're kind of just born into that life. So they never experienced that failure of just being down there. So those are the people, to me, that's where the problems seep from, are those people. Because, like, the people who failed but rose up to the top know what the bottom's like, know what the people at the bottom are going through, and, like, see the change. But the people who've always been at the top don't know what it's like. They don't know what it's really like. So they're always just skeptical of the people at the bottom. They never really, like, to them, they're just scum, just there, that need to work harder, when they're really, there's circumstances that are keeping them from there.
Speaking of that, let's say you do, like, make it to the top, right? You know, you're rich, you're famous and stuff. Do you think you would, like, still care about you at the bottom? Like, you still, like, pay for charities and shit, and, like, send money?
Not saying that we're at the bottom, but we're definitely not at the we're definitely not at the top. I mean, we have good lives. We live in suburbs. We live good lives. Not saying that we're at the bottom, but if I got to the top from where I've experienced in life right now, and then I've gotten to the top, I definitely try to help out, because I haven't always been at the top. Yeah. I know what it's kind of, and I have friends and I know people who are at that bottom. And to me, it's like I don't want people suffering like that. I want to be able to help people.
I feel you.
Not gonna lie, one of the reasons really why I wanted to make this podcast is just to talk about things like this. Just open people up. Just make people, like, think differently. And I know it's gonna be weird, because we kids. So to a lot of people, we're just gonna be kids just talking. But we it's funny, because I was reading books, and I was talking to my English teacher, and he was saying how kids often are the ones who know the most, because they pay attention to everything. Because adults tend to say things around kids they wouldn't say around other adults, because they think they're not paying attention. So they really know a lot. You'd be surprised when you ask a 7-year-old that's what's going on in his household. He'll tell you a lot. He or she will tell you a lot.
My daddy was taking it up the ass. Nah.
It's just different, bro. And this all really does tie in with herd mentality. All of it. Because all this is just countries are herd mentality. We're following a government blindly. But
we don't even know half the stuff they be doing.
Bro, we really don't. You know how much stuff's classified that we don't even know about? They secretly can be planning a way to kill all of us. We don't even know. Don't even know. We just doing some regular citizen things.
And if they kill us, what they about to be doing, bruh?
Damn, but so to talk a little bit more about herd mentality before we get into the next topic, which I know y'all will probably come on our throats for this, but to talk a little bit more about the herd mentality, as student athletes, as all of us are, we're supposed to be the top of that herd. Like, we're supposed to be the people that are, like, running the herd. That the people supposed to be following us, but when in reality, they're following us, but we following something bigger. And then they're following, it's like levels. Like, it's like the government level. Like, you got a city following a mayor following the government, and then it just all goes into, like you got groups of people following higher and higher, and we really don't. And then higher and higher, you got the man above, which is the next topic, religion, God, which all teaching the herd mentality. So before we start, because we know this is a sensitive topic, so before we decide to speak on it, we decided to research a little bit. We didn't want to come over here looking stupid. So, you can take over a little bit more from here. What we found out,
Shit, man.
and then just and then tell them what we found out that we can conversate.
You want to talk more about like the Christian side of it?
You got to talk to because I can do Greek and Rome and all that.
Yeah,
You got to do the
okay,
Christian side
that's
because
all
I
I
know
know.
you don't know about that.
Man, dog, I don't even know where to start, my guy. Because personally, I'm an atheist. I don't know about this guy over here. And it's kind of
Yeah, kinda the
weird.
same.
It's kind of weird because I live in I think they're I live in a Catholic family.
Yeah, I live in a very religious family. My grandparents very religious.
Yeah, they go to church
Every Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday. I'm talking about I used to live with my grandparents. They used to make me go to church. I went to church. They made me like twice. I don't like church. Personally, I don't like the nonsense. Well, okay.
bro.
So, yes. I think of it as nonsense. No disrespect to I'm not trying to disrespect your religion or your faith. But
It's
to me,
weird.
it's nonsense.
It's weird because like, you know, you call it nonsense, but it's because people like really base their whole lives, and I can't even say people, like a lot of people, fam, base their whole lives on this idea that like there's literally it's a faith.
Like for example, your car breaks down. You stuck in the middle of nowhere. Pray to God that your car gonna start again. It don't work like that. You gotta take action upon yourself.
Nigga, you get shot and you pray the fucking bleeding stops, nigga.
Nah, you better pray that someone call that 911 ambulance come and pick you up. ambulance come and pick you up, and Jesus ain't gonna fall from the sky and go heal.
Oh cap, man.
That's just not how it works. That's not how life works. And to me, I have an idea, and I've said this a lot. If God does exist, He don't mess with us. He just put us here as an experiment. To me, we're toy playthings to God, and we're an experiment. He made us, put us on the earth, and said, "Fuck it, do whatever you gonna do." Like I want to see how this plays out. That's to me how He did it.
Yeah,
He has no involvement with us. He just said, "Play it out, see how it is."
Well, let me speak on that other real quick. Like,
All right.
I know like all that stuff. Like, I don't really get into stuff like that, but like for like the religions and Christians stuff like that, I don't think it's for us like. It's us for us to find hope and stuff, but like it's also for like a structure, like to get people to look for something. Cause like to be honest, like y'all are talking about the herd, cause y'all need somebody bigger to look up to. You know, we student athletes, we look up to college players look up to NFL players. Like we need something to look up to. So like if we didn't have no leader or anything, then what would our purpose really be?
Bro, you know, so while you were here for when we was looking up, and you explained everything what we was about to talk about, bro.
Yo,
you put that thing. We was about to split up that because we figured out what was it? There was a Roman emperor and Jesus. They compared to Augustus and Jesus. They compared to the two. The only difference between them was Jesus was poor and Augustus was an emperor. They were both named the Son of God, and they were both here to help a certain type of people. Yeah, because. I believe Jesus was a real person. I don't believe he was a deity or the Son of God. I believe people looked at him that because he was a good person. He tried to help people, and in the process of helping people, they just wanted him to be something bigger than what he really is. When he was just a normal human, normal person helping people, but they wanted him to be bigger because the herd wanted someone to follow.
They needed someone.
To follow.
For them, the times were horrible. It was like
the Roman Empire was huge. That shit was the Roman Empire is the closest empire to taking over everything. They almost everything, bro, was theirs.
Yeah. So with everything was going on, what it really looks like, they just needed a pillar of hope. They needed someone to look up to, because the emperor, you know, the richer people, because back then it was all about like the rich and the poor. Mm-hmm. So the richer class, they had someone to look up to. You know, they had the emperor who claimed he was the son of God, you know, yada yada. And then you had the poor people getting mistreated. You know, the housing was bad. I mean, everything was bad back then, but you know, their housing was worse than everything. You know, they didn't get a lot of food and water.
You got Jesus, the poor Jew, just born out of a miracle apparently from Mary. And he was just a good person. He had an ideal that he wanted to change the world. And frankly, I can't say anything about he didn't help. He did change things. Like I can sit here and say he wasn't this and that, wasn't the Son of God, wasn't a deity, but I can't say he didn't help. he most definitely changed things. Regular human or God or not, to me I thought he was a regular human, but he changed things for the better. I mean, he really helped a certain amount of people, a lot of people, a good following. And to be honest, even if this whole thing isn't real, there's a lot of people benefiting off of it anyways, because it's helping them find a way, a path, which is.
You didn't charge your phone?
Oh. Well, fine. But it's everyone's benefiting. It's like a path, and everyone's following it in a good way. And I got a question for you. So, to see the bigger picture of this, do you think it's fair? Do you think it's fair the way Christianity blames the devil for everything? Like, everything wrong is the devil's fault?
I never really understood that. I mean, because I don't want to, I don't know too much about this, but from when I read, like, because I read the Bible and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, God, because I've always heard, like, it's God's plan and stuff like that. God, everything happens for a reason. Like, people say stuff like that, but then when something bad happens, they blame it on the devil.
Like, no.
I never understood it.
If everything happens for a reason, like good or bad, is God's doing. There's no way that is just anything good happens is God's doing. Anything bad happens, the devil's doing.
See, do you know anything about? I feel like you're more like religious.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, but I actually do want to talk about this. I want to know why Roman, Greek, Norse, Egyptian are mythologies now and not. If you actually know, please inform me, because I tried to look it up. I couldn't really find anything. So if I speak on it and you actually know it, please drop some information. We're always down to learn new information. So if we don't know something, I'm going to say it before. I'm going to ask, drop it in the comments. But I want to know why there's mythologies now and not religions still. Because I don't know how you can prove a faith isn't real. Because if technically we can do that with Christianity, say it's a mythology. But like, I don't know how you prove, because it was a religion. They prayed to Zeus, Poseidon. They used to do all that to get the type of benefits that the gods had. But I don't know why they're mythology now. Like, do you have any?
I think they're just, it's hypocritical. It's like, I've seen that with a lot of Christians. That's why I like asking them, like, what's different from your religion and say, like, being a Muslim or something like that. How come you don't believe in theirs, or theirs is fake and made up? Make believe, but I should believe in yours with my whole heart. Yeah. Like, I love asking that question. It stumps them too. They don't know how to answer it.
They don't know. Because to be honest, they're growing up off this book. Like, and their parents are growing up, like, you really won't know this until you get to the origin of the book. Because for the most part, they're not going to know why other religions are fake or why any of the other religions are real when they're only being taught one. That's why I'm so glad even though my grandparents were really religious, I wasn't brought up in a house where I had to heavily study religion. Yeah. So, to be honest, I'm lucky enough to have a wider mindset. I have a more open. I'm not so narrow-minded. Not saying that people who have one religion are narrow-minded. They're just so focused on their faith that it's hard for them to see others. Since I don't really have a faith in general, I feel like I can take all the faiths and kind of just look at them. And really, a lot of them connect. They're all really connected.
Just like miniature changes here and there. For the most part, a lot of them are really the same. I mean, some have like multiple gods.
Yeah. It's I forgot the word. Multi-Polynesian or some shit like that.
No, but Christianity, you gotta believe in one God.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I had to believe in religion, I'd rather believe in religion with multiple gods. Because the gods in Greek, Norse mythology, and Rome, they're cool as hell. But you got God of War, you got Thor, you got a giant snake that wraps around the entire world. Like, those stories, like, I know they're stories now, but they're so interesting. Like, those things make me want to go and read types of books like that. Make me want to learn more about it. Because, frankly, to me, Christianity is bland. It's like white people chicken, bro. They ain't got no seasoning.
Dude, but was there a point when you, like, believed in God?
Yes. Because when I was little, I used to think if I didn't believe in God, it was a bad thing. But it was as I got older, I realized that I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't care. I don't care if it's a bad thing or not. I'm gonna form my own. But I think that's when you know you're really separating yourself. When you start forming your own beliefs, because when you're younger, you go off your parents, your friends, your siblings. But when you really start coming into your own is when you start forming your own beliefs. And I feel like that's what I've been trying to do is form my own type of belief of what I think the creation is.
Bro, it's just funny to me though how, like, I've already said this, but how people really, like, base their whole, like, morals in, I'm not gonna say it's funny, but I think it's weird because someone could have wrote in the Bible that, you know, it was okay. Like how it says, like, you shouldn't be gay. Like, that's a sin.
I used to actually think, not gonna lie, I used to think that was, like, written, way after, like, before, like, somewhere in the middle of the Bible. Like, someone just wrote that in because they didn't like it. That's really in the Bible. Like, I didn't even know that. I was like, they really were out here saying that you couldn't be gay. I was like, whoa, that's kind of weird.
Like, what if, like, people in the Bible say it was okay to kill, or it was okay to, like, rape and stuff?
That's because right and wrong isn't an actual thing. It's societal rules. Because we can live in a totally different society where killing is okay. And if you didn't kill people, then that's like bad. It's right and wrong are societal rules. You form your base of right and wrong from the society you grow up in, from the household you grow up in. Because to me, let's see, what's something that typically most, I'm gonna ask you, this is for you to answer to me. What's something that most people typically see as wrong, but you see as totally okay? You okay?
Bruh. Talking to multiple girls when you're single.
Hey. Look.
That's the first thing in mind, bro.
Like, you're single though. You're single. So it's not like you're not doing anyone dirty. You're only doing them dirty if you're telling them certain things, like if you're telling all of them commitment things.
Yeah, if you promise them something.
Yeah, you don't do that. But other than that, like that's a.
Alright, but I got a question for you now.
Okay.
Do you think Christianity would still have, like, a good following now if it had those type of, like, things in them? Like saying it was alright to do these derogatory things? You still think?
It'd bring a different type of people, but yeah. Because if you really think, if it starts at the same origin it came from and said all that was okay, you would have, I think, maybe even a bigger following. Because you know how many people... There's plenty of people who think things are right. Let's go with racism. There's so many racist people that you don't even know about. Like, they're racist, but you don't know because they don't express it because it's wrong now. It's societally wrong to discriminate people. But they're racist because that's how they were raised and that's how just they view things. But you don't know it. I mean, there's people who are open about it, but I feel like there's a large majority of probably people in your school you can just find that are racist, but you just will never know. And those are the most dangerous type of racist people, because they'll do things you like what the fuck, bruh?
Like,
you would never suspect. You'll never suspect they're racist, bro.
Because they hide that shit. They can't do nothing. I mean, they can, but you know they won't.
Yeah.
Because things have changed, man. Like, you can't get away with shit like that. It's tough. Tough time.
Oh, and before we end this video, because we're getting close to our 30-minute mark. We've been talking for a good amount of time. We would like to thank y'all, all the people who came over from TikTok. Thank y'all for subscribing and commenting. We see y'all challenges in the comment section. That video should be coming out later today, maybe tomorrow. We'll have a Q&A, and at the end of the Q&A, we'll do the challenges that you have for us. If you got any other video ideas, drop them in the comment section, because we're doing a lot of other things besides this podcast. We might have a special video. Get us to 100 subscribers. We got a special video for y'all on 100 subscribers. Just say, I'm gonna say it's project. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Right.
At 100 subscribers, we're gonna drop a project video, and it's gonna be maybe a 15-20 minute long video in depth about stuff. But that's all I got for the first episode of Speak Freely at DKT Productions. You already know it is, man.
You're out.